say or walk away. I'll stand tall in this hell to be. Ain't no power higher. We're the outlaws and outsiders.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Heat Check Podcast. You know what it is. My name is Mr. Chaos. You can call me Mike. You can call me Pac-Man. You can call me Baldy. You can call me Fat Boy. Whatever you want to call me, as long as you're listening, I'm good with it. My brother from another mother, my co-host, the godfather to my son, and the uncle to the other two of my crazy children, my guy, PR, Paul, Sal, whatever you want to call him. What's up, big dog?
Just another day in paradise out here in this new scenario that I'm in today because I had to come drop off my kid so she could spend time with her little brother for his birthday.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. But we got a special guest today, Paul. This is your guest. I'm gonna let you do the introductions.
All right.
Yeah.
So this guy right here couldn't be any closer than what he is. Blood couldn't make us closer. This guy right here we've seen some things, we've been through some things, and we've walked each other off some ledges more than once. And I couldn't be happier to call this man my brother. He just recently celebrated a birthday. Mr. Jonathan Brewster, also known as J. Brew. And I hear you got a plug you want to put in, just a little plug. Go ahead and put it in. Just put that little plug you got coming out next month.
I mean, I do a lot of things. I'm also an artist. I'm a poet. So dropping my first poetry book in the month. Shout to Brew, but we ain't even here for that. First things first. Shout out to you, my brother Paul. It was the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, so I just want to just
God bless your heart.
That's what's up, man. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, man, I told Paul the first week we started talking about doing this. I was like, all right, we have to get Myron and we have to get John on here. We have to.
It was no question. It was like off rip. Those were the top two names that he put on the list.
I was like, if we're gonna do this and we're talking about football, I love talking shit with these guys. Let's bring them onto the show and talk shit.
Let's do it, man. I cannot wait.
All right, we're gonna start week one. Week one in the NFL is wrapped and week two has begun. First game I want to talk about is the Lions and Chiefs. These Lions are not the same Lions. They are not your mama's Lions, bro. Like,
no.
Dan Campbell has these boys ready to run through walls.
Like they always say, the chemistry got to change for that mentality to change. And Dan Campbell has changed the mentality in that locker room. And them boys they hungry right now. They playing different.
Do I say, is Dan Campbell white Deion Sanders? Because
I'm like, I don't know if I would take it that far. However,
hey, hold on.
In his swag,
a lot of noise when he talked about biting off kneecaps, right? That was a meme. That was a meme. It was like, this dude is crazy.
He's off his rocker, yeah.
He's very unconventional. He's very unconventional the way he coaches. And him being a former player, I know it has to play a gigantic factor on how he's conducting that chemistry in that locker room because he's a player's coach, you know, and he got these boys eating. The confidence in that locker room is definitely different than it was years past.
Yo, it's light and day. It's night and day. Like Jared Goff looks like a competent quarterback again. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown just showing out.
Yeah.
Showing out. I mean, the Lions, plus you got, look, one of the only white edge rushers I can remember that's really memorable right now in Aiden Hutchinson. That boy he's so fast. He's so fast. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know if he ran the 40 at the combine or not, but I don't think it was as fast as he plays. This dude,
pretty well.
He's
insane, man. Like,
you know, the funny part though about them, Williams is still out as one of their top draft pick receivers from a year ago from the betting. So he hasn't even graced us on the field yet. And there's him and Brown on each side. Come on, that's gonna be scary.
Would you say that the trade with Stafford and Goff might go down as one of the best 50-50 trades as far as
I think it panned out evenly for both teams in a very, very good way. LA got their title, and they got a future quarterback in Goff that's making his resurgence. Like what you saw in LA wasn't a fluke. Like I'm really him.
Yeah, I think the only way it really, for me, 50-50's out is if Detroit wins a chip. If you get that, then it really 50-50'd out for both teams, right? But I think
how long?
I don't know. Give him a couple more years. Look, Jared Goff. Do you know who went right beneath Jared Goff in the draft? Carson Wentz. Gone. Get out. Gone. Jared Goff had a fantastic career in Los Angeles.
And they were saying he was on his way out too when he got traded to Detroit.
Yeah. Dude, it worked out. Dan Campbell, I'm telling you, there's something about the right connection of coach and player. Like Dan Campbell is built for Detroit, the same way Nick Sirianni is built for Philadelphia. There are just people that fit cultures of cities. And Dan Campbell is that for Detroit. Now, on the opposite side of that ball, no Travis Kelce. What's their big defensive line? Chris Jones.
Chris Jones was gone.
Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes. He still looked like Pat Mahomes, but they couldn't get it.
They was dropping balls left and right.
I don't want to hear.
That was unacceptable.
I don't want to hear anybody ever tell me that Kadarius Toney is as good as Devontae Smith ever again.
Who said that?
Bro.
People really did say that.
That must have been some crackheads.
But who is the number one receiver, though? It can't be Kadarius Toney.
Yes.
If it ain't Kelce.
No, actually, technically, it's Sky Moore.
Sky Moore can't be number one. He's a slot.
What's that dude? Skilton, whatever his name is? He got two last names.
Oh, Valdez Scantling? Nah.
That guy. I'm like, who else you got if it ain't Tony? It ain't him. It ain't Moore. Who else you got if it ain't Kelce on the floor?
I think right now you got a wide receiving core full of threes. That's the problem.
That's terrible.
And
I would be on the phone with the Buccaneers office so badly.
Oh,
it should have been done before.
Absolutely.
After that game, they should have been on the phone as soon as the game was over.
Dude, Patrick Mahomes throwing to Mike Evans that's a cheat code. It's not fair. It's not fair.
And then you got Kelce coming off the line.
Yo, it's ridiculous. But
the Lions got the best of them, though.
Lions end up coming out with the 1-point lead, 1-point win in the game.
I posted about that, and some dude said I posted that to start off the season. We're starting with an upset, right? And somebody said, "How is that an upset?" I'm like, "How is it not?" Because the fact that if you thought that was an upset, that's upsetting. It's not saying that we were counting out the Lions. Okay, we're not taking, but these are the defending Super Bowl champions. That's an upset.
That's relatively intact. Relatively intact. They didn't lose that many players.
Yeah, minus a couple.
Right. It's not like the team got blown up and all you had left was Patty Mahomes. You still had remotely most of the Super Bowl team still there on that field.
Discounting Eric Bieniemy not being there.
I think
I'm like it has to be a factor.
It's definitely a factor, right? Like I was of the belief that losing your offensive coordinator wasn't that big of a deal until Philly won its Super Bowl and then Frank Reich left. And I was like, oh, shit. It is a big deal because Carson Wentz went from pumpkin back to freaking rat. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just wasn't the same afterwards. So the loss of an offensive mind like Bieniemy, I mean, look, Patty Mahomes is Patty Mahomes. There's a reason he is what he is. But scheme matters.
I'm like, talent is good, but like you said, if you don't have the scheme to go with that talent to match it up well, it shows. And I have to believe that losing your offensive coordinator that's been there, protecting him in a sense of a scheme wise, and having to learn a new offensive playbook has to. I'm not saying that it has to drop, but you have to see the dip a little bit, and it showed on Thursday because again, nobody was able to catch these balls, and it's not like Patty was playing different. He was still beating Patty. It's just these jokers were just had butter on their fingers.
They don't have the same talent. Like last year, Patty was throwing to Juju Smith-Schuster, who, look, he's not a 1 anymore, but he's still a really, really solid 2.
And he still had hands. He could still catch the ball.
And he was throwing to Travis Kelce. Now, look, Travis Kelce, in my opinion, if he doesn't have that much more to prove, right? But I'm going to say it like this. Y'all can take it. Anybody can take it how they want to. For my money, I think Travis Kelce is the greatest tight end of all time to play the game. Period. Because, and I'll say this why I think, and I'll tell you why I think he's better than Gronk.
Ooh.
They schemed for Gronk. Bill Belichick is a schemer defensively and offensively. They schemed for Gronk. They use his size a lot, right? I'm not saying Andy Reid doesn't have a scheme for Travis Kelce, but it's not as specific. Oh, let's always go. That's our number one dump out option. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I think this, to me, he's just more versatile. He's just a better overall all-around tight end. And the reason I can say that with confidence is because Tony Gonzalez said it the other day. So if Tony Gonzalez, a Hall of Fame tight end, calls you the greatest tight end to ever live, I can back that.
I mean, you can't really fight against that.
In a defense, probably better than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've never seen any type of pass catcher, tight end, wide receiver, or even running back. I've never seen anybody who's pass catching find the soft spot in a zone or even beat man-to-man coverage. And then he knows what a lot of scrimmage is, and he also knows what a lot of the game is. So well. He's always a yard over or right at the boundary. Every single time. He's not cut short. One more thing with Eric Bieniemy though, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Scheme 100% matters.
Yeah.
But all the reports that we heard in Washington so far about how hard he is on players, they wasn't really liking his style. That matters too in the locker room. So when you have somebody who is breathing down your neck, holding you accountable, not letting the little stuff fly, if that's not done anymore, y'all can easily start smelling yourself after that chip.
Yep.
And y'all come out kind of flat, you know? Andy Reid ain't no barker.
Right.
He ain't really raising his voice like that. You know what I'm saying? But it looked like
he takes a cheeseburger away, he might.
Yeah. He true. But this is the thing is he doesn't need to be. Andy Reid doesn't need to be, right? Andy Reid has a resume. I could never ever take nobody can take away what Bill Belichick did during his tenure, right? But the Bill Belichick era is over. It's gone. We are in the Andy Reid era. Now, how long does that era last? I don't know. Because Andy Reid's been just as long tenured in the NFL almost as Bill Belichick has. It's not like he's a young coach.
How old is Patty?
Patty's
he's 27, 28?
Yeah, he's 27, 28.
So he's got a lot of gas left in the tank. And Andy Reid doesn't seem like he's slowing down or looking like he's wanting to walk away anytime soon, especially with a team that he has in his hands right now. You don't walk away from something like that.
They really might cut that little dynasty short.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the next game. Atlanta versus Carolina. They were in Carolina? Or in Atlanta? In Atlanta. Okay. So 24-10. And apparently Bryce Young looked like a rookie. Got handled like a rookie. Going against grown-ass men.
So trash.
But what were you really expecting out of that game, though?
And honestly, I wasn't expecting that high of a score out of that game. Because the NFC South.
The only highlight I would say is the Falcons running back game. Running back team was probably the highlight of that whole scenario.
Yo,
because with Bijan Robinson and what's his name?
Running for his life. It's because he looked good last year. And so I know how I would feel if I played as good as I did. He was a rookie last year, right?
Uh-huh.
And if I played that lights out.
1,000 yards, yeah.
1,000-yard, back, and then all of a sudden you climb up there to get Bijan. Now Bijan's like a generational talent. I get it, but
we saw him last year,
bro.
So does that, as you getting Bijan drafted in, how does that make you feel? So, knowing the type of year you had as your rookie year, which is, for a rookie to gain over 1,000 yards rushing, and then you draft another, not just another running back, you draft in the 7th pick overall.
Bro, they may have the best running back room in the NFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler out here.
Do you push your ego to the side?
Do they still have Scordero Patterson?
Yeah, but he's injured. I think he's on injury reserve right now.
Okay.
I'm just saying, running back.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Bijan, the one highlight I saw was him breaking dog in the red zone, just eating people.
He juked the hell out of him.
I was like,
dude,
this is like, you have these professional players looking like they are at a Division II school right now. Like, you made these dudes look like assholes. Bijan, look, Atlanta doesn't draft really well all the time. And maybe taking Bijan at 8 was high. But the results he's producing, everybody needs to shut up and let Bijan cook. Like, he's going to cook. Let him cook.
Let Bijan cook, but I got 3 words for y'all.
Yeah.
Free Kyle Pitts. Free that man. Please free that man.
Yo, Kyle Pitts.
Is he a tight end or a receiver?
It don't matter. He don't get no targets. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Dude, so think about this. If you put Kyle Pitts, let's say I'm gonna take all 3 of our teams out of it, right? No Philly, no Indianapolis, no Chicago, right? For me, if I was to move Kyle Pitts right now, the most exciting place would be the Los Angeles Chargers. Kyle Pitts with Justin Herbert, dude, he would eat.
No, I disagree. That's number 2. That's good. Detroit Lions.
Oh.
Because Ben Johnson, as an offensive coordinator, what he would scheme up between Amon St. Ra on the outside, Kyle Pitts, and Jamar Gibbs, who is stopping that offense?
And you didn't even name Jameson Williams. That's the crazy thing. When Jameson Williams
what about
back,
Cincinnati?
Nah, man. All he would be like,
he'd be a blocker.
Yeah, man, he would be like T. Higgins. Like, I mean, him and T. Higgins would be fighting for possessions, man.
Yeah, that's why
he's already fighting for possessions.
That's why I think the Chargers would be the best option, because I don't know who their tight end is.
I don't know who the tight end is either, actually. I mean, man, look, you're not wrong.
Don't ask me.
Los Angeles, he would look great out there, but Ben Johnson is an elite offensive coordinator, an elite offensive mind. I think that he would really, really, really use Kyle Pitts the way he needs to be.
Yeah. Oh, we also got to talk about in this game, Jesse Bates. Everybody was sleeping on Jesse. Oh, the signing was, you paid him too much. Jesse Bates is past his prime. First game in a Falcons uniform, and he's getting a pick. That doesn't seem past his prime to me. I'm just saying, like, you got to stop. This is what kills me about watching sports media. You fake people who have never taken a snap, who have never got hit, you analyzing what this man does. And because he's 29, 30, whatever he is, right? Oh, he's going to drop off a cliff. What are you talking about? Do you know Randy Moss was playing into his 30s and looked good? Like, Tom Brady was into his 40s. Like, you can't tell me just because somebody is he's not 21, you can't tell me he's not going to ball out. Darius Slay. Yeah. We'll get to him in a minute, but Darius Slay, perfect case, right? So I think Atlanta, I don't think they can sustain beating up on teams like that, because I don't think the Carolina Panthers are very good. They're just not going to be. Bryce Young, I think I think Atlanta should have drafted Anthony Richardson, but or not Atlanta. Sorry, Carolina should have drafted Anthony Richardson, but they didn't.
What?
The Colts got him. Yeah, bro. Anthony Richard on a Frank Reich offense? You're crazy.
He would look really great.
But Colts got him. There's nothing you can do about it. The Panthers, look, the whole NFC South is suspect. All of it, suspect.
Oh, no, bro. Hey, it's only week 1. I mean, we're going to get to Baker in a minute, but I think we owe Baker an apology.
No, we don't.
Not
no,
yet.
We don't. Stop it.
Not yet.
Right. Speaking
Not
of that,
yet.
we're going to move on. Baltimore Ravens at Houston, 25-9. Bro.
That was a terrible game.
CJ, look, I think CJ Stroud is in for a decent, if not good, career, right? If he's stuck in Houston and doesn't get any weapons, he's screwed, obviously. But, yo, the Baltimore Ravens ate their lunch. Like, 25-9, that's a scoreagami. That has never happened in the NFL before, ever, that score. Zay Flowers looked like a monster. Like, he had finished the game with
I believe he had 9 catches for what, 107?
Yep, and then 87 rushing yards. 80. How's your wide receiver have 87 rushing yards? That's insanity. That's dual purpose right there.
Yo, Mike, check this out. I heard this stat, and I want to get y'all take on it.
Okay.
I think it's really CJ Stroud may be the only quarterback taking that high who literally is leaving or leading a roster that's significantly worse than his college roster.
Mm-hmm. I would absolutely agree with that. Brandon Cooks is gone. Who is he throwing to now? D-Hop, you don't have.
No, the D-Hop ain't there no more, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have anybody. You don't have
Nico Collins. You got Tank Dell.
who?
Tank Dell's gonna be kind of nice, but he's not there.
Like, the only notable name on here is Robert Woods. That's it.
Bobby Trees.
Yeah, he got Bobby Trees, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell.
Bobby
David Pierce is a decent running back. He's a decent running back, but your offensive line is made up of Swiss cheese and bubblegum wrappers. Who's the tight end? We don't know. Oh no, it's old boy from the Cowboys went over there.
Oh, Dalton Schultz went over there.
Yeah,
a decent tight end.
He did hot garbage.
Yeah, he was a decent tight end in Dallas because Dallas has a monster offensive line. That dude has no talent. His hands are trash. Like, oh God, I hate Dalton Schultz so much because he's
2 targets for 4 yards.
Yo popped so much last year talking about how he was going to spank the Eagles, and we got him both games. He had no receptions for no yards. Look, John, you know I respect you, and I try to keep my cool around you, but fuck that guy, man.
This guy right here.
Yeah,
he said that with his chest.
Look, I love you, bro. You know, we good. Like, I try to be respectful, but fuck that guy. Look,
Father God.
I will tell you, CJ Stroud looks good.
I'm like, listen, for 242, 28, 44, no touchdowns, I get it. But that stat line, if you take away the loss, that's not the worst stat line.
Nope.
For a quarterback. It's not. It's just not having nobody to throw to that can actually do something after the catch. That's the problem.
Right now, he's a one-read. He's a one-read quarterback. And when that read is taken away, his processing time, even though he's definitely intelligent, he can move. Like, he's not a statue by any means. But when he gets flustered, outside of that Georgia game, we haven't seen him perform under pressure. Which is funny because we'll get to Indy in a second with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
But all the knock on Anthony Richardson, as far as like his production in college, he knew how to get out of a sack very, very easily and like produce when he's underneath pressure. We didn't see that with CJ. And bro, you're not gonna have Marvin Harrison Jr. Bro, he had Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr., Garrett Wilson, Jackson Dick, like, bro, he has like an all-star.
So you're saying that IQ test is coming to life?
Yeah, bro. I think. Look, this is what I think.
So you're saying that IQ test is real?
It might be, bro. It might be. But this is what I think. This is what happens, right? Like, I think here's the problem. Mel Kiper and guys like that, Daniel Jeremiah, hype these kids so much coming out of college, right? They swore Bryce Young was the second coming, and they swore C.J. Stroud was I don't know. They compared him to a bunch of quarterbacks. You can't expect this rookie quarterback who comes into a situation with a defensive head coach, first-time defensive head coach, no weapons, offensive line is hopes and prayers. Like, what? Look, give the kid a couple years. If DeMeco Ryans is smart and hires a real, I don't know who their OC is right now, but if DeMeco Ryans is smart, hires a really good offensive coordinator, they can have a good draft next year. You have big name wide receivers coming out next year. Like
Marvin Harrison Jr.
But right now,
they don't have a first round pick. Will Anderson.
Oh,
they don't have a first round pick next year?
No, bro, because they gave it to Arizona for Will Anderson or CJ. Or I forgot which order it was. I think it was Will Anderson. Now,
they're not getting no receiver.
Bro, so like Will Anderson is a monster. They have a solid defense. Like,
but not having a first round in a receiving core like they're about to have next year, that's
doesn't matter.
Hurt.
They should burn it down. Just burn it down. Like,
they're gonna have to trade something up to do some kind of magic.
But here's who do you trade? Because nobody has value. Your entire offensive line and defensive line are made up of guys who couldn't make it in the XFL.
How many games they won last year? They won 3 games, just like us.
I think something like that.
If they don't win more than 3 games, just throw it all away.
I'm telling you, just burn it down.
Just throw it all away.
Just burn Reliance Stadium.
I'm like, this is the thing. Let's be realistic. Let's just be realistic. There's only been 2 quarterbacks on that team in the history that have ever been good. That's Matt Schaub and butt plug Deshaun Watson.
Butt plug.
Other than that, because the only thing, even Derek Carr, him being relevant was only. Derek Carr was only relevant because he got sacked how many times? Like 80,000 times his rookie year?
Yeah.
David Carr was booty trash, and it's not even his fault.
But
Texas have been boo-boo. Boo-boo.
We are all old enough to remember there's been a couple of expansion teams in our lifetimes, right? Carolina. Jacksonville. Houston, right?
And they've all been to the Super Bowl before them. Except Jacksonville. But Jacksonville is definitely relevant.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Houston, I don't think you have to get – there's work that needs to be done. And
wait a minute. Is the AFC South full of expansion teams outside of Indianapolis?
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you really think about it.
That entire division is expansion teams. All right, moving on to the Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati Bengals.
That was a shocker.
Bro, Joe Burrow looked worse. I mean, he's looked as bad as I've ever seen him look.
82 yards.
Bro, Jalen Hurts had a horrible week 1 and still had 107 yards. Like,
he not healthy, man.
It has to be. It has to be the reason.
He not healthy.
That can't be right.
You know what?
Because the way he has to plant on his calf and he's not able to plant right to be able to get that launch, it has to be a factor.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. People trying to draft him. I'm like, I'm not drafting him right now.
I got him in a second league that I'm in like the 8th round or 9th round or something like that. And people were just like, I was like, I'll take him in the 9th round. It's Joe Burrow. What happens? He gets healthy. I'm good. But
like those nagging injuries when you come into a season,
especially
like injury, bro.
And you just had the injury. 2 weeks before week 1. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you've had all off season to do this. This literally happened a few weeks before the season started. And a calf injury as a quarterback, that's not light work. Again, your plant is not going to be right if that calf injury is just sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Browns, I don't think the Browns are, again, I don't think the Browns are a team that are capable of beating up on really good teams every single week. I think the Browns are going to do better than they did last year. I don't have any faith in Deshaun Watson.
And he didn't play that great either.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have any faith in him because of what he showed last year. Like, I get it. You were under stress and you got these lawsuits and all this other shit, but you're
Nick Chubb's is still Nick Chubb, though.
Yes. Oh, my God. 106 yards on 18 carries? Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson has a lot still to prove because you're in a whole different spotlight than when you were in Houston. Like, and you're in a tougher division.
And this is the other thing, too, that I don't think people take into account. It's Cleveland, Ohio. What do you think they have in there besides their football and baseball team? That's it. You mean everything to that city. So if you come in and you shit the bed, that city's
disrespecting the Cavaliers. Don't disrespect the Cavaliers. Don't do that. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are doing work over there. All right,
I don't know who that is.
They trying.
The last time I knew there was a basketball team in Cleveland, a guy named the King was there. So
they're trying. Okay, they are trying.
Like the Pelicans.
They're not doing. Hey. We not going down that road.
I just did that because I knew you guys would be like, oh, this motherfucker again. All right. Cleveland, look. Cincinnati looked horrible. Joe Burrow,
Cleveland lucked out a win.
Yeah. They lucked out an ass whooping is what they lucked out. Because the Bengals still have no offensive line. They still can't protect Joe Burrow. That's a problem. This guy is now the richest quarterback in the league, and he played like he was in Pop Warner. Like 82 yards is a Pop Warner stat. You got high school.
That should have been like in the first 3 minutes.
Yep. You have high school quarterbacks who are throwing for 400 yards. You threw for 82. You just got paid $250 million. Come on, man.
Chase as your number one receiver. That just could never happen.
Yo, if you can't break 100 passing yards in the NFL, you need to sit your ass down.
Yeah,
like, crazy. Look, there are a bunch of quarterbacks, and
he's clearly not healthy, and Myles Garrett looks like a monster out there. So,
boy, he over here playing basketball by himself,
bro. So, hey, look, I'm almost at a point we just got to cancel out week 1, bro. Like there were so many anomalies as far as like. This just can't be like life.
Yeah.
Week
1's almost like an extension of the preseason, bro. Like,
did you see what JJ Watt said about Myles Garrett?
Mm-mm.
He said he out here showing you what he's gonna do, and you still let him do it to you.
Yo, yo.
How you get you between twice and still do it to you?
When he did the Allen Iverson, the crossover between the legs,
he showed you what he was gonna do to you, and you let him do it to you anyway.
And then the center took it. Like, you just took everything. You didn't put any effort. You know this is Myles Garrett, right? Like, you know this guy is gonna come in and steal your quarterback's soul. Like, why are you letting?
Have y'all not seen what he dresses up as Halloween every year? He is the quarterback Grim Reaper.
The dude is insanely jacked. He's super fast. He's getting older and is not slowing down. Hasn't slowed down an inch. Yo, if offensive coordinators are not scheming for Myles Garrett, you're stupid. You're screwing your team. You have to know where he is at all times. He's a game wrecker.
They see him. They just can't do nothing about it.
Well, the problem is now you have coordinators trying to block guys like Myles Garrett, Hassan Reddick with tight ends. You're gonna block JJ. You're gonna block TJ Watt with a tight end. Get the fuck out of here! Like, no, come on, you got to be smarter than that.
That's like putting Ray Lewis on Justin Jefferson. It's not going to end well. He's going to leave him in the dust.
It doesn't make any sense.
As great as Ray Lewis is, you're not guarding just Jay Jetta. It's not.
No, you're not at all. Because look, Ray Lewis was what Ray Lewis was. But he also wore shoulder pads that were 4 feet out, and like
boy was flying for real.
That dude, it was a different era of football. I remember some Ray Lewis hits that you would go like, "What the? Why did you hit that man?" Like
you get ejected for those hits now.
Yeah. Oh, you get fined. You might get suspended for some of the shit that they did. Yeah. I see what you did there. All right. San Francisco and Pittsburgh. This game, you talk about.
Purdy came to show.
Purdy said, "Look, I had Tommy John surgery. People thought I was done.
My beer.
I am not done." Brock Purdy, look, I don't think he is the franchise quarterback. I just don't think so. But I could be 8,000% wrong on this because of how he shows out. Now,
Shanahan's scheme helps him, though.
Yes, people give Jalen shit because we have AJ and Devontae and Dallas, and we have all this help, right? If you give Jalen that amount of shit, you have to give Brock the same amount of shit. CMC, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, George Kittle, like, plus your offensive line is nasty, like super nasty. So
you got a defense to carry you.
I think Brock. Oh yeah, the defense. It's not even. Good Lord, I hate San Francisco's defense. Hate them. They couldn't do anything against us in the NFC Championship game. They couldn't stop us. But
he's gonna hold on to that game for the rest of his life.
The only way I would be more obnoxious about it is if it was the Cowgirls. If it was the Cowboys, I would never stop talking ever. I would talk about it in my sleep if it was the Cowboys. But look, so TJ Watt was TJ Watt in the game. The Steelers were trash. But TJ Watt, look, he finished the game with 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a tackle for loss, a fumble recovery, and 5 quarterback hits. And the team lost. You talk about leaving a man alone on an island.
But how trash was Kenny Pickett? I didn't watch the game, but
I'm like, he wasn't terrible. He had 2 picks, but that running game was non-existent for the Steelers.
2 picks is terrible.
Yeah, but he also didn't have a running game to help him out either. So if you're shutting down a team's running game, they're going to be hawking your pass. The secondary is going to be eating you alive.
Had a running game since boy's rookie year.
I don't trust Kenny Pickett. I don't care what nobody says. I don't think he's that guy.
What's his face? Who they running back?
Najee Harris?
Najee Harris.
Since Najee Harris' rookie year, have they had a running game?
No.
I mean, look, Najee will get you yards. He will pick you up first downs. I've seen him have explosive plays, but the problem is Pittsburgh. Look, again,
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
It's their offensive line is shit.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is.
Okay.
I might get crucified on this hill, but ask me if I care. I don't. Alabama is prone to always put out these players in college, and they look like they some superstars. How many Alabama stars are in the game right now that are just offensively, not defense, but offensively, just stand out outside of Derrick Henry?
One. His name is Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
Okay, so how many quarterbacks come out of Alabama standing out and doing?
How about Waddle too?
Oh yeah, Jalen Waddle was an Alabama guy.
And how long has Nick Saban been there?
Forever.
8,000 years.
Richardson, booty trash. How many quarterbacks come out of there outside? Mac Jones has been the last quarterback that did anything. But even before then, how many quarterbacks come out of Alabama that actually do something and stay stable in the NFL? As a starter.
Well, that's
as a starter.
Kicker. That's the kicker. You're talking about staying healthy and staying stable. That's the kicker.
And then how many running backs have actually come out of Alabama outside of Derrick Henry that have actually done something in the NFL?
We're gonna see about Jahmyr Gibbs. We're gonna see.
I'm just saying, it's just Najee Harris was good in Alabama. Alabama is a powerhouse, but when it comes to the pros, Najee Harris has done what?
It's different.
The playing field's a little bit more even in the pros than it is in college. You can run through to the SEC because majority of the people ain't on your level as Alabama. You can't say the same thing in the pros because it could change drastically every year.
Paul, it's a scheme. Like ever since his first year, he's a pass catching back, bro. He got to get out in space.
You got to have a quarterback.
Okay, that's my point. It's a scheme.
Listen, I don't trust Pickett. I don't care what he did. I don't trust him
either. But he looked lights out in preseason. Everybody was saying
preseason don't mean squat.
Preseason,
I thought y'all said preseason don't mean nothing.
Preseason, he was playing second and third stringers. Like, of course, you look lights out. Like, Kenny Pickett.
I've never trusted Pickett. The only good highlight that I can remember from Pickett is when he did a little fake slide in college that they ended up making a rule you can't do that no more. Other than that, what has Pickett done that makes him?
I mean, he guided us up last year. So,
I mean, look, Kenny Pickett is legitimately a system quarterback, right? He's a system quarterback. He's not the quarterback that's going to put a team on his back and march you through the playoffs. He's not.
Nah.
Kenny Pickett ain't built like that. You know what I think? If Kenny Pickett stays around, you know who I think he's going to turn into? He's the next generation Kirk Cousins.
I was going to say Mitch because he sucks.
I was going to say Mitch too. I mean, I think
or Trubisky, I can see that.
And it's not saying that he's not a good quarterback.
He's not
from last year to this year. I don't see any improvements enough to convince me that he's going to be that guy. I haven't seen the progression.
Is he Mark Sanchez?
Oh,
Kenny Pickett better or worse than Mark Sanchez?
Oh,
it depends at what point of the career.
All right. Well, since the Sanchez played for Philly, I'm going to back out of this and say
I'm like, he played for Chicago.
Did he play for Chicago?
Yeah.
I didn't know he played for Chicago. Holy shit.
This is my thing, though. In his first 3-4 years in the Jets, again, he also had Rex Ryan controlling that defense. So it was different. And it's not that I to be honest, I never trusted Mark Sanchez either. I didn't think he was that great to be drafted that high out of USC. I'm like, but whatever. But he did take them to 2 AFC championship games. Great.
He did. And he's the last quarterback to do it.
And he also is going to be known for the rest of his life as butt fumble guy.
Right.
However, having those in your first 4 years in the league, having 2 back-to-back AFC championship games, like that has to hold weight. I just don't see Pickett. I can't see it, man.
I just had a question pop into my mind.
I would probably take Sanchez.
It's so funny that you said we brought up Mark Sanchez. What do you think is worse? Oh man, my brain just completely freaking spaced. I was gonna ask about being the butt fumble guy, that's what it is. Being remembered as the butt fumble guy, or being remembered as Dan Orlovsky, the guy who ran out of bounds and cost his team a safety.
Oh, running out of bounds. That's by far the most stupidest thing ever. Like,
I agree as far as like egregiousness of the mistake.
But hilariousness?
But ain't
nobody topping butt fumble.
Reminded Dan Orlovsky the way that we're reminded Mark Sanchez with the butt fumble. Like that's for me, like forever.
Oh,
on a laughable state, butt fumble is always going to be funnier.
What's the thing?
As far as pissing me off as a player, Dan Orlovsky running out of bounds. That's going to make me mad forever.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. All right, next game. We're gonna. I don't care about this game because it was the Tampa Bay and Minnesota. Look, Baker Mayfield came in and took care of his business. But Justin Jefferson was Jetta. He showed you guys why he is who he is. The problem is you have a quarterback who can't close shit out. He chokes in big moments.
Primetime Kurt.
You talk about free Kenny Pickett, free Justin Jefferson, bro. Bring Justin Jefferson to Philly. Let's go.
He ain't going over there. Calm down.
Any more weapons, sir?
Calm down.
Sir.
If he's going to go anywhere, he's going to Cincinnati probably.
Oh my God. Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson.
The bank out to fit for him.
Dude, that's his entire LSU. That's his entire wide receiver core.
Imagine if he were able to have Chase and Jay Jetta on left and right again.
Huh?
If he went to the Rams.
Ooh.
They don't got money.
They don't have nothing, but they somehow keep on getting players.
I was about to say they don't have draft capital either.
It don't matter to them.
Clearly.
Yo, literally, in their new stadium, it should say, fuck them picks.
Yeah.
Because they don't care about draft capital.
They
Sean
don't got
McVay's
nothing.
Sean McVay's like, look, I'm like 42. I'm a decently good-looking dude, no homo. I can go get into Hollywood or I can go become a GM. I don't need this head coach bullshit no more.
And you already got Aaron Donald threatening you to, I'm going to quit this year. No, I'll come back for one more year. But next year, we'll talk about it again.
Yeah. All right. Next, Jacksonville and Indianapolis.
That was a good game.
It
was weird. It was weird.
Calvin Ridley looked like Calvin Ridley.
Look.
Trevor Lawrence is showing you he's that Hollywood man.
It's Trevor Lawrence top 3. I think he might be right now.
And if he plays
right now in this part of the season, I agree. Will he be able to maintain top 3, top 5 status at the end of the season? I don't think so.
What did I say 2 weeks ago when we put our predictions out? What did I say Jacksonville was going to do? I said there's a very good chance this team could get the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Well, it's Doug Peterson. Like,
there you go. Doug Peterson and Lawrence is a match made in heaven.
And now he has a wide receiver 1. Now he has a wide receiver 1.
And you got Kirk on the other side.
I'm saying, but hey, Christian Kirk played lights out last year.
He earned his check.
You got Evan Ingram, solid tight end, bro. They
running back. I can't remember how to say the running back's name.
ETN.
Travis Etienne.
That man right there.
He looks great. They have
and their defense. That defense is insane,
bro.
Do you know they were getting ready to release ETN before the season started? Jacksonville is that close to releasing ETN. Look, Calvin Ridley.
They can win easily 12 to 14 games this year.
Oh, if they can keep on this momentum, and Dougie P knows how to keep momentum, if they can keep this momentum, they could be a 14-3 team, dude.
Josh Allen looks great on the end. Like, that's a scary defensive end. Like, the crazy part, we was up in that game. We could have easily won that game.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we had a running game. We had literally Richardson was the entire running game. We had no running backs who did anything at all.
Is JT still on the PUP list?
Yeah, so JT's still on PUP.
Was that 6 games, right? Was that 4 or 6 games?
Got 4 games.
Okay.
And he just posted on his little story him running drills with Colts gear on. So I just let that, in the atmosphere.
For your sake, I hope he stays with the team, but it ain't looking good.
Bro, like, when I say that we need a running team or a running game so badly, bro, Deion Jackson, God bless his heart, he just not it. Zach Moss hurt. He coming back this week. I think he'll definitely do some work. Our second or third round draft pick, Evan Hull, he's gonna look kind of good, but he got hurt, concussion protocol. So our defense looks great though.
Yeah. I'm like, it wasn't the most terrible game to watch. I'm not gonna lie. There was more terrible game.
Y'all have a lot of positives to take away from that game. AR5 looked good. He looked good. Now,
did he get hurt? Did he get hurt though? Didn't he get hurt towards the end? Is he clear?
At the early end, the last couple plays, he bruised his knee up a little bit. We kept him out because the game was kind of already put away.
Right.
But out of all of the rookies that was, drafted in that first round, he by far looked better than CJ and Bryce.
I'm like 24-37, 223 yards, a tutty and a pick. I'm like, it's for a rookie's first regular season game. It's not the worst first game. You know what I'm saying? And then especially with what y'all have at y'all's roster right now. It's not like y'all got unicorns and rainbows and coming out everybody's, but
no,
it's still y'all had the potential to be like, okay, we can figure these pieces out, maybe. But I'm like, y'all could maybe push for a wild card, possibly. But I'm like, that's pushing it. I think maybe.
You could always go back to the Jeff Saturday era, so it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? Like
100% worse,
bro.
It's gonna be all kind of man.
Bro, that you know what sucks though is that hire by Irsay is going to follow the Colts for the rest of time. Like you brought a TV analyst, former player who's never
here. We got Anthony Richardson.
So who's more of a delusional owner, Irsay or Jerry Jones?
Jerry Jones, by far.
Is it a distant second or a close second?
No, I think they're 1A, 1B. Like one day it could be Irsay, one day it could be Jones, one day it could be
Irsay has to be drinking on the job. Irsay has to be drinking on the job.
What was the question, Paul?
Who was the more delusional owner, Jerry Jones or Irsay?
The reason why it's clearly Jerry Jones is that, check this out. I get all the jokes about Irsay. I do. But, like, me being a fan, like, I, like, see this stuff, like, every single day. Dude knows ball. Like, actually knows football, right. Understands how the game works, and he's outspoken. I'll give you that. But more than likely, he's the spokesperson for the owners. Like, they really, really want this dude talking because they know he'll talk.
Yep.
So it's like he catches all the flack, but he's getting all of that hate for saying, like, you know, we're not going to pay J or extend JT while he's on his 4th year of his rookie deal. Mind you, no one's talking bad about the Tampa Bay owner not extending Mike Evans.
Which is stupid.
Which is super dumb.
Yeah, no shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like other teams are not, bro. How long was the Kansas City Chiefs not paying Chris Jones?
Yeah.
It lasted 1 week. It lasted 1 week in the regular season.
But it lasted long enough for them to see. Oh,
this ain't gonna work. We need him.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like talk
I get you.
That are easy to take shots at. But
yeah, I think you guys are set up for the future. I think your Super Bowl window, it depends on how you guys draft next year and the year after, right? Because I think at quarterback, if AR can stay healthy and your O-line can hold up and y'all draft good talent,
he's solid, bro.
Then he's fine.
Just don't turn this into an Andrew Luck situation where you don't get somebody to protect him.
That's what I was going to say. Thing. That's what I was going to say is Indianapolis lost what could have been one of their best quarterbacks because they didn't protect it. And he was like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm not going to be hit anymore.
We got a quarterback and a left tackle who graded in the top 4 or 5 left tackles last week on rookie deals. So, like, they're tied at the hip for the next 4 years, right?
That's beautiful.
You got Quentin Nelson, we just re-signed, one of the best left guards in the league. Ryan Kelly, kind of suspect as a center. He can do the job. We are super, super thin at right guard. That's our weakest spot. Right tackle, Braden Smith, he grades top 10 in the league as well, too. So we have, like, a consistent upgrade when it comes to offensive line if and when they play as a unit. We just need a right guard. If we can get a right guard, we'd be super Gucci. And
yeah. I mean, look, the thing too is like guard talent is hard to find. Like really good guard talent is not easy to come by. Because you can put a big dude in there and just plug a hole. But what happens if, what happens if Chris Jones is coming at him? What happens if, Jalen Carter's coming at him? If that's just a big dude, but he can't block, you're screwed.
They get destroyed.
Yeah. Oh, easy every day. And that's not what you want to happen to Anthony Richardson. That's not your franchise quarterback. All right. We're going to skip a couple games because we're already going on an hour. Green Bay. I want to talk about Green Bay and Chicago. So look,
dog water.
I
am like the most disappointed human being on this planet. I'm like, it's been 40 years since we've been dealing with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre together. And we finally get a grace of sunlight. Just a slither. And we choke. How is it that you trade away for DJ Moore and this man walks off the field with 2 touches and 25 yards? That is ridiculous to me. Our rookie running back, Roschon Johnson, had more yards than this man and more touches.
5 receptions for 30, plus 20 yards rushing, 5 carries, and a tutty. Yeah,
that makes no sense to me. And this is my thing. The plays that they were calling made no damn sense. They didn't play to no strengths. I'm like, what happened from preseason to now? Like, where was y'all's heads at?
Yeah,
in each other's butts.
Yeah,
like it's like they just lost. They literally lost the game themselves. And there's nobody to blame. Everybody talking about, well, Justin Fields is no. All y'all sucked.
Yeah.
Eberflus?
Everybody.
That's a team loss. That's a everybody loss.
Everybody lost.
Because they were in that game. They could have won that game.
There should have been no reason it should have been, even though it's 18 points and it doesn't seem like a lot. On paper, it doesn't seem like the most drastic blowout.
But 18 points that's 3 tutties.
It shouldn't have been that it shouldn't have been like that.
No, it's to the Packers. That's what makes it even worse.
And it hurts that much more.
Yep. Yeah, it's to the Packers.
We finally got rid of that old geezer, Aaron Rodgers, and we get blown out at home.
But look,
on national TV as the game of the week.
Look,
come on.
You can't throw out the baby with the bathwater, right? It's week 1. People will settle down. Offensive coordinators are trying to figure out how they
need to get rid of Claypool. Claypool need to get the hell out. I'm tired of that bum.
Dude, when y'all traded for him last year, I was like, what the fuck is Chicago going to do with Chase Claypool, who he's a big dude.
The nigga didn't catch a pass. He was out there just a waste of space.
I was about to say,
he didn't block.
He didn't do nothing. No. He was a waste.
0 effort. Like 0.
My left toe can do more for the team than he did.
Bro, I've seen water boys with more hustle than Chase Claypool.
You getting paid too much money just to stand there and look stupid.
Like, this is my thing. Chase Claypool was bad on the Steelers. He was not good on the Steelers. Y'all overpaid him a little bit, and he's become even worse. Like, it's like his attitude, he just said, I got the bag. I'm good.
Let me run you down the receiving stats just to piss me off even more. But here we are. You got Darryl Mooney. That's supposed to be the 3 guy. The 3 guy. 4 touches, 53 yards, and a touchdown. That's my wide receiver 3 as the leading receiver for that game.
That's bad.
Let that sink in. Second leading receiver, our tight end, Cole Kmet, 5 touches for 48 yards. So you're telling me our tight end and our wide receiver 3 was more efficient on our receiving side that Chase Claypool didn't even get a target.
Look,
our number 1 guy, we traded the number 1 draft pick for a number 1 receiver that's supposed to open up the field. It didn't do squat.
Yo, I look.
Make it make sense to me.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see with this week, but
that offensive line still look like it's playing with puddles.
Yeah. Yeah. How's your new? Is your rookie O lineman doing okay?
I'm like, how do you expect a rookie lineman to play with veteran linemen that can't block air?
Oh yeah, because he's gonna learn bad habits. Yeah,
like Justin Fields was our leading rusher.
That's insanity. That's crazy. When your rookie wide receiver your rookie running back had 5 carries for 20 yards, which is 4 yards a carry, which is not a bad for a rookie. 4 yards a carry is great. Plus a tutty, plus 5 receptions for 30 yards, which is 6 yards.
Listen, I'm sold on Roschon Johnson. I love the man. I loved him in Texas. I love him now. I feel like they need to give this man some more touches, let him prove himself more. But your wide receiver 3 can be your number 1 receiver, and your quarterback can't be your number 1 rusher. It don't work that way. You can't win games like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
All right, my rant is over.
You're good. So this is going to be my rant. All right, Philadelphia versus New England. Go into New England, go into Foxborough. Tom Brady Day. It's raining. It sucks. Week 1, none of our starters have played. All right, all of the excuses are out the window. I've said all of them. All of them. Jalen Hurts looked like shit. Straight up. But I will have to 50-50 him looking like shit with our O-line. They looked like ass. We couldn't get the run going. We couldn't get the pass going. We couldn't get Jalen going. Like,
y'all should have lost that game.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I agree. But this is me and Jonathan were talking about this before you got on. Great teams you have to find a way to win games you're supposed to lose.
Yeah.
You have to. Right? We walked into New England and we played like a AAA team.
I'm pretty sure y'all walked in there with your chest puffed out and it got inflated real fast.
It did, because we thought, okay, it's the Pats. They looked like ass last year. Forgetting we had the king of schemes planning against us for since when did the schedules come out? Early May?
Something like that.
So May to this weekend in September, Bill Belichick has had all that time to study Jalen, study our O-line, see what our tendencies are. Like, I'm not saying that other coaches can't do that, but it's Bill fucking Belichick. It's Bill Belichick.
He will cancel out one of your threats like that.
Oh, he knows how to negate. That's the thing. You have to do what Darius Slay did in order to frustrate Bill Belichick. Darius Slay with a pick 6, 70 yards, longest pick 6 of his career, right? That wasn't a Mac Jones pick. Look, quarterback interceptions are a quarterback stat. That was not Mac Jones's fault. That was his receiver. Tip, Darius Slay came down and was gone. And the other thing, you talk about putting in effort, and this is Mac Jones. This kind of disappointed me a little bit. It's you, and you have the chance to stop Darius Slay from making a touchdown. And all you do is push him further infield instead of pushing him out. What are you doing? Like, okay, cool, fine. Then Zach Cunningham forces a fumble on Zeke. We up 10-0. I'm sitting back, my little beer in my hand, chilling. Cool. And then we go up 16-0. Cool. I'm good. Matthew Judon 8. Josh Uche 8. They both got a sack. Yo, they held us under 4 yards a carry. That's the last time that happened was 2020. 4 yards a carry, while it's not horrible, it's not 2 yards a carry, but we're used to averaging 6 yards a carry. That's a ginormous drop-off. Our O-line looked bad. Our D-line, well, look, I have nothing but praise for our defensive line. Like, our front seven is ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Embarrassment of riches.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Paul, I have to say now, thank you for Jalen Carter.
It wasn't us.
Bro. It could have been y'all.
Could have been y'all.
Listen,
I appreciate
our priority is offense. I don't give a hell. At this point, just burn the whole damn team away.
Look, Jalen Carter is as advertised. Hit that first game. The first game, he had 7 pressures. He had a sack. He had 2 quarterback hits. And he had a 28.9 win rate. A rookie is manhandling NFL vets. Okay, cool. Darius Slay looked good. But here's the problem. Nakobe Dean's hurt. Gone. James Bradbury, gone. Boston Scott, gone. Like, we didn't get injured at all last year. And this year it's week 1. bang, 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 like 7 people on the injury report. We played like shit. That's the God's honest truth. We played like ass. And unfortunately, it came off Jalen getting a really big deal. And people are going to make that part of this. Oh, Jalen got paid and he got complacent. Calm down. It's week 1. I'm mildly concerned about Philly, but I'm not in a panic. I'm just not. We're too talented of a team to go into a panic mode. And we're 2-0. So we'll get to I want to talk about this Thursday night game that just happened. Philly and Minnesota. Our defense got torched. We got torched in the middle of the field. 335 yards from Kirk Cousins. Killed us.
Minnesota killed themselves.
5 turnovers.
You can't win games with 5.
There's no way you win a game with 5.
That's not true. That's not true. Trevor Lawrence did that.
Oh, well, yeah.
4 picks and he won.
But Trevor Lawrence is not Kirk Cousins.
But you're right. 5 turnovers, and it wasn't like they were like, oh, dang. Like these were blatant, just blatant turnovers that were unnecessary.
You fumbled on a kick return.
Cousins or Josh Allen?
Say that again?
Who played worse?
Kirk Cousins or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen. For me, like, Josh Allen has shown what he can be. And we all know what Kirk Cousins is, right? Like, I don't expect Kirk Cousins will never hoist a Lombardi. It's never going to happen. It will never happen unless it's as a backup to like Patrick Mahomes or something. But
that's cold-blooded.
It's the truth, right? Like, but Josh Allen has his Super Bowl window was wide open as long as he has Stephon Diggs.
It's gone now. It's gone.
You think so?
Yes.
I'm like, he's declining every year. It just seems like he's just not getting better, or he's just staying in this same ceiling.
Dak Prescott would have had the game that Josh Allen had.
Oh, he'd have got crucified.
Bro, he would be on every sports talk show for 30-minute segments crucified.
Josh Allen has no excuses anymore because of one, especially up till now, you've had this division on lock for the last 2-3 years. And that window is slowly closing away the way Miami's playing, the way the Jets have potential, and even with the Patriots, because Mac Jones played good. So I'm like, that chokehold that they had is getting loose now. The AFC East is not controlled by one team now, and you can't put your whole winnings on thinking the Bills are going to walk away with that division.
I think we're going to see a major shakeup in the AFC title game this year. Look, I'm not ever going to bet against Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes.
I will.
I just don't know if they're going to be in the AFC title game this year. The AFC is so stacked. Now,
I love it.
Me too. I like parity in the NFL. I don't like super dominant. I hate dynasties. It's stupid. It's not exciting. It's boring as shit. But Josh Allen, I think, you know what? Thinking about it, JB, I think you're right. I think his window's closing real fast.
Yeah.
Real fast. And I think Stephon Diggs is about over it.
Of course he is. I mean, bro, look at it. You got Patrick Mahomes, you got Trevor Lawrence, and you got Joe Burrow. Those 3 are already better quarterbacks.
And you went from Kirk Cousins to Josh Allen thinking you were going to get a step up, and you're basically getting the same guy.
Yo, I was just going to ask, like, is Josh Allen turning into Kirk Cousins? Like, Josh Allen
Yes.
He cannot get it done in big games. He just can't. Like, bro, the last 2 years,
couldn't beat Zach Wilson.
They should have been in the AFC title game the last 2 years.
We're at least in the Super Bowl.
You can't close out.
That roster is way too talented, bro.
It's
on both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball. It's way too talented. The coaching is good enough.
There's no reason.
Quarterback, you cannot be the reason why you're losing games.
No.
He is the reason why.
Yeah. Well, the other problem that Buffalo has is they don't have shit for a running game. Josh Allen is their running game. You have to get a good back there to balance that out. But look, if Patrick Mahomes don't go to the Super Bowl this year, I'm not mad. If Josh Allen don't go, I'm not mad.
I got my money on Jacksonville.
Yeah. In the beginning of the season, I had my money on Cincinnati as the AFC guys, but
my money's on Jacksonville.
It's rough. Week 2 is going to say a lot about everybody.
If the Chargers get a coach, they would be inside the AFC title game.
Y'all just never gonna let this man live, huh?
Chargers, yeah. Look. When are we gonna start looking at Justin Herbert for what he is? He had an amazing rookie campaign, right? Came in, lit the league on fire.
There would be no Justin Herbert slander, sir.
Bro, what has he done?
It's not him, bro. His coach has literally killed him, man. Consistently.
I'm not saying his coach's name is Staley, right?
Yep.
Brandon Staley. I'm not saying Brandon Staley's a good coach. I'm not even saying he's an adequate coach. But if you come in the league your first year and you pass it for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, bro, your talent should be carrying you a little bit further. I understand coaching is a huge part of being successful in the NFL.
Man, like they literally lost like everybody.
It's
like, starting left tackle, both wide receivers. He was hurt too. Like they was injury plagued, bro. But you can't tell me you put Doug Peterson on the Chargers.
Oof.
The boys is going to be inside the AFC Championship game. I'm sorry, they are.
Yeah.
They're on offense and defense.
If you get him adequate play calling and drills and preparation,
situational.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is like these teams. This is what I see: Buffalo, Los Angeles. Their 2-minute or 4-minute football, their 4-minute drives are trash, absolute ass. If you can't run a 2-minute drive or a 4-minute drive in the NFL, you're not going to win.
That's where Sirianni shines.
Dude, exactly. The reason we won on Thursday and Sunday is we had better time of possession. Dude, on Thursday, we had 33 minutes compared to 20 minutes. No, actually, I'm lying. We had 40 minutes compared to 20 minutes. If you double the time of your opponent's possession, there's no way they win the game. You just can't win if you're not on the field to win. And this is what's so incredible about Justin Jefferson. We kept that offense off the field as much as we could in the second half. And the dude still went off for 150 yards.
Addison, too. He kind of nice.
So, look, that's quarterback play right there. Like, you have to be the leader. You have to – look, everybody talks shit about, Tom Brady's the GOAT. To me, Peyton Manning will always be the GOAT for one reason. His 2-minute drives were the best in the NFL, period, point blank. The dude, when he needed to close a game, even from behind, look, you knew what it was. He could read your defense on the bench, right? He could look at you guys coming off the bus and be like, oh, okay, they're not ready to play. You don't want to play me. Now, granted, he had Edgerrin James and some other weapons, and the Colts.
Reggie Wade.
Yes, the Colts were stacked back then, but that's why Peyton Manning is always the GOAT for me.
That division was whack, so he had 6 wins on deck, easy.
But
don't make it seem like he's some magician.
But let's also look at his Denver run too, right? Like when he was in Denver, he had a noodle arm. He wasn't throwing the same way.
Bro, but he also broke the passing record.
But this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. Peyton Manning, in his Denver years, was not slinging a rock the way he used to. But he got smarter. He started keying on different, okay, you're the Mike, you're the Will, I see where you're at. Okay, let me change that. Omaha. Like Peyton Manning, that's why he's the GOAT to me. He's
I will.
always gonna be
I
my
will
GOAT.
give you that Peyton Manning is a surgical man when it comes to reading the defense. That is unarguable, undeniable. The man can read a defense like he goddamn what's the dude? Big head. I'm like
Brainiac. Yeah.
Brainiac. The man got a big dome. However, comma, let's not act like that AFC South was about as good as my pancreas.
Look, I'm not saying he had great competition in his division.
He got 6 wins on deck every year.
So did
Okay.
Tom Brady. Miami was
Oh,
terrible.
trust me, he ain't getting away from that stuff too. Tom Brady, them jokers, y'all make it seem like this man could just do it all. Y'all
Like he
was
can
in
walk
some
on
of the
water.
sorriest divisions known to mankind.
All right.
You play Jacksonville, Houston, and Tennessee twice a year. That's 6 wins on deck.
Yeah, back when Jacksonville won't shit.
So
Look, but
Jones
look,
below.
here's the thing, right? Tom Brady, 7 rings.
yes,
He's got more Super Bowl rings than any franchise has.
yes.
GOAT. I mean, he's earned that title.
More
First
like a
ballot
sheep.
First ballot Hall of Famer, yada, 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 whatever. All right, he's retired. Get the fuck out of my face. The difference between him and Peyton Manning, though, is night and day for me, right? Like, okay, I'm going to put it to you like this. You both know I'm a Jordan guy. Jordan is the GOAT for me, right? Period, point blank. He's my GOAT. But right under Jordan as 1A is Kobe, to me, right? Kobe and Peyton Manning are the same people to me. The way they prepare, how they study, how they train, how they want to make their team better. Like, and they're selfish as shit. You know Kobe was selfish. Peyton Manning was selfish.
Comparison. I've never heard that before.
I mean,
That's a
The
good
only difference for me when it comes to Brady and Manning, and John might not like this, but he's gonna be all right, is Peyton Manning was the regular season guy.
yeah.
You're not wrong.
Undoubtedly, that man during the regular season was a stat machine. You can count on him, especially for fantasy. But when it came to the playoffs, Tom Brady was always had his number.
I mean, it wasn't Tom Brady. It was Bill Belichick. It was,
Yeah.
Either way,
it was Mike Vrabel.
he couldn't get past. He could.
Yeah, bro.
Arguably, that man should have at least 3-4 Super Bowls from Indy alone.
But he ran into the buzzsaw of the freaking New England Patriots. And
Yeah.
that Teddy Bruschi, like that defense was disgustingly good.
Oh yeah, dude. If you took Peyton Manning and you had him healthy, fresh out of college, 5 years earlier,
But let
He's
me ask
running
you
the
this. But let
Running
me
the
ask you this. As Peyton Manning, as great as he is, because there's no denying his greatness. I
who's gonna
know
ask me about Eli right now.
he mad.
That
Because Eli got whooped his ass. His he beat Tom Brady not once, but twice in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Peyton got to be real
and-
pissed off about that.
It's like, and then not only do you have the same amount of Super Bowls as me, but you got one more Super Bowl MVP than me, and you got 2 wins on this raggedy mother sucker.
Did Eli ever get league MVP?
Never. Not never.
Peyton got one, right?
He got like 4 of them.
Peyton
Oh, I
got a
think-
bunch of.
I
Peyton
think he's
got
either
a
got
bunch
4
of
or 5.
MVPs.
because I think he has the record, so I think he has 5.
Then
I
that
think
those
he has 5.
look. I get what you're saying.
Again, that's the regular season guy. Peyton Manning, regular season, ain't nobody better than him.
The problem is the big moments. Yeah, you're not wrong at all. All right, let's get into this draft because we're already an hour 20 into this thing, and I got time. I'm good to stay as long as you guys are.
He ain't got time.
All right. Well, that's y'all. You ain't got time because it's like 2:00 in the morning out there.
I ain't got nothing to do tomorrow.
All right. 2001 NFL draft. So what we're going to do is I'm going to name off some names. Obviously, there are going to be a bunch of names that you're going to hear and they're going to hit, right? So we're just going to talk about the draft, that player, and go from there. All right. First pick in the 2001 NFL draft might be the greatest running quarterback of all time, Michael Vick.
Like, he's that man.
Yo, and what people don't understand, he was a running quarterback who was left-handed.
Yes.
Like, he had to switch his entire body up to throw a pass.
He had that dog in him.
And he had a cannon. Super
Why you
cannon.
do that? Why you do that?
What?
Why you do that? I heard what you said.
Oh, he had the dog in him?
You ain't had to bring that up.
Stupid. I didn't even make the connection. That's so funny. Oh, my God.
I'm like, you can't deny his greatness, especially until the little incident. And even after he came back, when he played for y'all for that little stint with y'all, he didn't skip a step. The man still had it, and he looked like he got better passing-wise in Philly.
Him playing in Philly, he looked like he was playing bad. Like,
He was a cheat code. With him and Deshaun Jackson, that was unfair.
That was a cheat code, bro.
Yo,
that was unfair.
Dude, his first play as an Eagle was a 90-yard bomb to Deshaun Jackson for a touchdown against the Redskins.
And he walked it in backwards like a little punk.
Yeah. He was like, I'm out. I'm out.
He arguably was the right choice that year for Atlanta. I'm like, he revitalized that franchise like ain't nobody revitalized the franchise
he made
before.
Atlanta like must see TV.
Absolutely.
I think he might be the reason that Atlanta still has a franchise.
Because
2000, 2001, they were talking about selling.
They were talking about like the Braves were just the only thing that was drawing any type of media attention.
So I think Mike Vick coming in, having the rookie year that he had, he saved the Atlanta Falcons franchise. So let me ask you this.
Hall
of Famer or no?
He should.
He's not
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Not first ballot, no. But I'm like, I feel like I don't want to say that he's done enough because I'm tired of hearing people.
All right, hold on. If you're saying Vic is a Hall of Famer, are we saying that Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer? Because I'm saying that's not a Hall of Famer.
I think you can put him in there. You can argue to put him in there.
So I think Rivers in the Hall of Fame.
Who?
So this is the reason. This is the reason that I put
because it's kids.
You're stupid. This is the reason I put Mike Vick in the Hall of Fame over Matt Ryan. Michael Vick changed the way the game of football was played. Period. Point blank. Matt Ryan didn't do that. Matt Ryan got to one Super Bowl, choked on his own dick, and then didn't do anything for the rest of his career. Like,
I'm like, ever since that Super Bowl, it was a downfall for him. Ever since that Super Bowl,
Matt Ryan broke more records than Mike Vick.
Doesn't matter.
But he also stayed there longer as well.
This is the thing. Without Michael Vick, the way the modern quarterback is now would not exist.
How many black quarterbacks would have the same that?
Mike Vick is definitely the Allen Iverson of the NFL.
And that's why that's my one thing about
that can't be enough to get him in the Hall of Fame, though.
I think it is. It has to be. He changed the game. Like, if you come in and you single-handedly change the way coaches have to scheme throughout the entire league, the way defenses have to play, the way defensive lines have to watch and spy and keep the edge. Like, before him, it wasn't like that, right? You had big stand-up guys in the pocket that were getting their asses whooped. Michael Vick changed the game because not only could he escape, Randall Cunningham could escape, and Donovan McNabb could escape, right? But what Mike Vick did was he showed you a quarterback that could run at 4.3 speed and burn everybody on your defense. He changed the game. Matt Ryan was a system quarterback who couldn't hack it. He had a great coach, got him fired in Indianapolis. Like, I have no love for Matt Ryan. None at all. Like, he screwed up his legacy with me. I just don't have any love for him. Mike Vick changed the game. So for me, Mike Vick goes in the Hall of Fame before Phillip Rivers and before Matt Ryan.
I could dig it. Like, I don't see a lot of holes in your argument. clear cut, definitely #1 overall pick, deserving of that. Love.
But you're right. I don't think he's first ballot either. I think he might wait a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, but I think he's definitely getting in.
I don't think he's ever going to get in.
You don't think ever?
Because of that dog situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're going to hold that over
his
head.
No. Ray Lewis had a murder charge.
I hear you. I'm just saying. If he doesn't get in, it's going to be because of that.
Well, dogs are worth more in this country than people.
I see that.
And Ray Lewis never got convicted.
True. All right. The next guy, Leonard Davis from the Arizona Cardinals. He was an offensive guard out of Texas.
I'm like, he had a solid career, 3 Pro Bowls, 2nd team All-Pro once. I'm like, he's all right.
12 seasons in the NFL. If you as a guard have 12-season career, you did all right for yourself.
Yeah.
The next guy, number 3, Gerard Warren from Cleveland Browns.
He passed around a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah. Then
he wasn't.
Go ahead.
No, he was. I'm like, he's nothing to talk about.
Yeah. All right. Then the next one is Justin Smith, a defensive end out of Missouri for the Bengals. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything super special about him.
Nope.
All right. The next 2.
Woo, buddy.
LaDainian Tomlinson for the Chargers. You talk about a difference maker, a franchise turner arounder. That's LT.
I'm like, for a minute, he was the Chargers. Like, it was him.
Him and Antonio Gates?
Huh?
Him and Antonio Gates?
Yeah, like that. Like it was them.
Yeah, because I didn't know anybody on the Chargers before LT came. LT
MVP.
made you pay attention. He's just one of those running backs. He was first ballot, right?
Yeah,
I believe he was first ballot.
Yeah.
I'm like MVP, rushing yard leader twice, touchdown leader twice. I'm like,
I didn't know he went to TCU.
Yeah, that boy at TCU and bread.
Yeah,
that's that man.
TCU, man. TCU
before they were Big 12. It was before they was Big 12.
Yeah, they were in the WAC. Ugh. All right, next guy.
Yo, did you just see this? The trade though, Atlanta and San Diego traded their picks. Imagine that if it was San Diego that had drafted
Michael Vick
instead of Atlanta. How crazy would that have been?
It might have changed the whole landscape that year.
We'll never know.
Richard Seymour,
stout
defensive tackle from Georgia. SEC boy.
Yeah, that boy was good.
Scary good.
Like, that boy was good. He helped that Pats defense for a very long time.
Yeah. He played, 10 years total.
Yeah.
3-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time first team All-Pro, 2-time second team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowl, 2000s All-Decade team. Like, yeah. Did he make the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he's in it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, those accomplishments speak for themselves. Like, there's nothing else. All right. San Francisco 49ers next, Andre Carter. I don't remember it at all. No, he bounced around a lot. It looks like he was just a journeyman guy. Just a journeyman defensive end. Ran his 40 and 4.8. Like, nothing super special about him. Just a big, slow defensive end like there used to be in the 90s. In the early 2000s. All right.
The next relevant pick, we might just go down all the way to number 16.
Yeah.
Santana Moss. That boy was a slot receiver, big one, whatever you want to call him.
He was cold.
But that boy was fast.
Cold as shit.
I forgot New York draft. I always remember him.
Because it's Washington.
Yeah. Nope. He was a Jets guy.
But that boy had feet.
He was a freak. He was when Philly used to play him, it would be like it's what I felt. It's what I think opposing teams felt like when they were playing Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Like you would just sit back and be like, "How do I you can't." His route running was great,
and even when he did returns,
I just don't. I don't know.
Good. He was fun to watch. He was really fun to watch.
Next, Steve Hutchinson.
He's Hall of Fame.
He is a Hall of Famer. Five-time first team All Pro, 2-time second team, 7-time Pro Bowl, 2000s All Decade team.
50 greatest Vikings.
50 greatest Vikings. You can't look. Some of the accomplishments speak for themselves.
Yeah.
But he was what position did he play?
He's offensive. He's a
guard.
Yeah.
You're not gonna know offensive guards' names. Especially
not like that.
Back then, where people weren't all connected with their fans and all over social media, you were never gonna know an offensive guard's name. So
but that 30th pick.
He's in the Hall of Fame, so let's see.
That 30th pick.
We can go to 23 real quick. Deuce McAllister.
Ooh. Yeah. That was that dude for them right there for a long time.
Bro. Yes, absolutely.
He always looked out of shape for me though. But he still did it though.
I mean, Super Bowl champ, 2-time Pro Bowl. He's in the Saints Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't, it wasn't the guy that was gonna.
He wasn't flashy.
He wasn't a world beater, right? But he's in the Hall of Fame. Like that says all you need to know. We're gonna skip the Eagles pick. Good Lord, I hated that guy, Freddie Mitchell. All right, JB, this for you, number 30, Reggie Wayne. What do you? I mean,
look what he got on. Look what he got on.
Go ahead, JB. You talk about it,
your man.
Yeah,
bro. Like it's him and Peyton Manning was a match made in heaven. Like for him to pair with Marvin Harrison, like it was. We legit had the best wide receiving duo in the league for 7 years straight. I think.
And y'all had Edgerrin James in the backfield, right?
You know what I'm saying? So like it was, and I believe the year before that, Peyton Manning had won the passing title, and Edgerrin James won the rushing title for year 2000.
This is insane. Super Bowl champion, obviously, first team All Pro, 2-time second team All Pro, 6 times Pro Bowler, NFL receiving yards leader in 2007, Colts all-time leader in games played, Colts Ring of Honor,
and he's coaching for us now.
Yeah. Dog. When they hired Jeff Saturday over Reggie, I was like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Like you have a Hall of Famer in your building, an offensive Hall of Famer who played with Peyton Manning. What are you doing?
Hey, but Jeff Saturday gave him the ball. That's what matters.
Beloved just as much as Reggie Wayne. Like in Colts nation.
Yeah.
I don't know about anymore with everything that happened last year.
He's blackballed.
Jeff Saturday it's like Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, Jeff Saturday,
and then everybody else.
Like those are all Ring of Honor guys. We love them. What a great draft that was, bro.
Yeah. Reggie Wayne, you can't get – next pick. Hall of Fame tight end, Todd Heap for the Baltimore Ravens. Bro.
That's a really good pick, too, man.
Back in the day, Todd Heap was one of those – he's one of those rare – he was one of those tight ends where you were like, oh, shit.
Didn't he break his back?
Yeah. He was baller, dude. I loved watching him play for the Ravens. He had hands. He could block. He was talented. He wasn't fast at all. At all. The guy was.
He was a solid human being on that line.
Yeah. That's when they were drafting tight ends who were built like offensive linemen.
Still got hands, but I need you to block.
Yeah. One of the 3 best quarterbacks in history. Drew Brees is next.
Woo!
That man, it still bothers me that he didn't get an MVP. With the stats that he had
He never
Throughout
won
his
not one MVP.
not one MVP.
What you know why though, right?
Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
I'm saying like he just played in the wrong era.
Yeah, that's
It
the thing.
just
Is like
it just sucks, man.
in that's the thing is in that era he was the third best quarterback.
Like this man,
10 years before or 10 years after, he might have been the best quarterback in the league. I mean, Hall of Fame, Super Bowl champion. He's literally accomplished everything you could do. Plus,
hold on.
Doesn't he have 8,000 records too?
80,000 yards. He had the record until Tom Brady broke it.
Did Mike Vick get an MVP?
No.
He never come close.
I don't know if he ever came close, but I know he never got one.
He was nominated when he I don't know if it was comeback season. I don't remember, but
I know he never got. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was probably in top 3 votings at some point in his career for Vic, and same thing with Breeze. But it just never happened.
Same draft class, you know.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year, Walter Payton Man of the Year, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, first team All-Pro, 4-time second team All-Pro, 13 Pro Bowl, 7-time NFL passing yards leader, 4-time NFL passing touchdowns leader, 2-time NFL passer rating leader, 6-time NFL completion percentage leader. Like,
he holds about every Saints passing record known to mankind.
Bro.
And nobody's going to break it.
He's going to go down as the best Saints quarterback in the history of that franchise.
Without a doubt. And he's going to make it in the Hall of Fame first ballot.
Easy.
Texas.
If he doesn't, I'm boycotting the Hall of Fame. If he doesn't get in the first ballot, that's crazy.
He needs to. It would shock me.
It would be a crime is what it would be.
He's probably going to be headlining that retirement, that Hall of Fame class.
All right. I'm going to skip down a couple. Well, actually, you know what?
Y'all remember Algie Crumpler?
I remember that man. That was something to watch. That nigga was always out of shape, I feel like.
Oh my God. But he did it. I mean,
he was good for Vic.
All right.
Chad Ochocinco.
One of the 3 best receivers of his time, Chad Johnson. Like Ochocinco is.
I'm mad that he can't make it into a Hall of Fame. I feel like I think he should.
Isn't he in the Hall of Fame?
No, not even close, bro.
Didn't he get nominated?
He's been retired for over. When was his last play? He last played, I think it's like 2000. When was it?
Hold on.
He retired 20 in the full for NFL. The last NFL team was 2012 or 2011.
Yeah, 2011. He last played.
So he's been more than eligible to make it, but they're just not voting him in. I don't know if it's because his antics off the field or just his attitude and stuff like that. But I feel like
it could be. But yeah, I just read a quote from Sports Skeeta where he says, I'm not bothered about it. I don't care if I get into a Hall of Fame or not.
I'm bothered by it.
I think man.
It bothers me.
I don't think you should look. In certain instances, I understand why they take off the field stuff into consideration, right? But I don't remember Chad Johnson getting into any huge trouble.
He was box office, man. He was known for the touchdown celebrations, but he was off the field. There's nothing extracurricular.
He was must watch every Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, the dude
is a Hall of Famer, you know?
I watched him just for his touchdown celebrations. Like,
obviously
he was mossing dudes. Like, we saw that.
Who else changed their whole last name to their jersey number? And not just change it to their jersey, but spelled it incorrectly.
Exactly. Didn't even change it to what it really is. Just change it to the number 85. Just 85.
Like.
And nobody was mad at him when he did it. They were just like, yep, that's him.
That's it.
Okay. Ochocinco, whatever you want, brother. We got you.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think so.
The Hall of Fame just for the fact that he ate nothing but McDonald's and was still competing at that level.
Yo, whenever him and Brandon Marshall got into that heated debate on I Am Athlete, I'm like, why is y'all yelling at each other like this?
Yeah. All right, we're getting into round 3 already.
It's pretty scarce after this.
Yeah. All right.
Whoa, I got one.
Oh, what pick?
Steve Smith, third round, 74th pick. And I said that boy got stole.
Oh, yeah.
Slept on.
Smith Sr. Yo, they got him in the third. That's so crazy. They got him in the 3rd round.
Slept on, bro.
3rd round, man. Did he made it, right? Hall of Fame?
He's gonna. Because he retired.
Has he been retired long enough?
He retired in 2016. It's got to be 7 years. So I think,
this year.
If it's not this, so next year he should be eligible next year.
Steve Smith. Wow. God damn. I didn't know he was that late in the draft.
It's because he was little, man. He was only what was he? 5'9".
He put up that many great numbers in college.
Yeah, I was about to say he's little. That dude tall. I swear to God, Steve Smith is a pit bull in a human form. Short, stocky, and was just loud and would just let you know. Oh, you think you can guard him? I love Steve Smith, dude.
I still laugh at that clip that he had with Cam Newton. He's talking about, hey, I got DJ Moore. Should I start him or bench him? Like, you should put him in flex. He goes, hey, should I start you or should I bench you? I think you start. Listen, if you give me 2 points, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, man.
Steve Smith, that's got to be one of the steals of the draft right there.
Oh, round 7, pick 204, TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Ooh, that last name.
Solid, man.
Bro, he is Hall of Fame.
That was it.
TJ made it, right? Hall of Famer?
Heck no, he ain't big. I don't think he could make it.
No, he's not.
I wouldn't put him, but he was fun to watch, especially with him and Chad together with Carson Palmer. That was legit.
Okay. Yeah,
I feel like TJ Houshmandzadeh is gonna have. Well, I believe that T. Higgins is gonna have a career like TJ Houshmandzadeh.
I thought he had better stats than this.
No, I'm like, he wasn't terrible.
He only had 627 catches, 7,200 yards, and 44 touchdowns.
He was playing behind Ocho Cinco. And then he was playing behind Terrell Owens.
You wasn't going to get much out of that.
Yeah. I think the dude was fire. I liked watching him. I think
he was a solid receiver.
He was a good 2-3.
Yeah. He wasn't boring to watch, but playing behind Chad Ochocinco for most of your career, you're not going to get much.
Let's see. Just for shits and gigs to see if there's anybody else.
That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
The only undrafted person that I found was Antonio Pierce. He won with the Redskins and the Giants, and he won the Super Bowl with the Giants. But other than that, the first couple rounds were pretty much.
That's where your meat is at. Yeah, I mean, besides Houshmandzadeh in the 7th. Yeah. So look, that's the 2001 draft. We skipped over. Obviously, we don't want to go 4 hours talking about draft picks and stuff, especially for people whose names y'all have never heard and most of who we've never heard of. But that's what we're gonna do. I think me and Paul talked about this. We're gonna do a Tuesday show every week to recap the week of football, and then we're gonna do a Friday show, and the Friday show will be our draft show. Now, I haven't talked about this with Paul, but I'm going to extend this offer anyway. JB, whenever you're available, if you want to come on for draft shows, brother, come on.
You just got to text somebody.
Yeah. Just let me know when you're available, bro, and I'll work around your schedule. I don't do anything. I don't work, so.
For sure, man. It's always good to chop it up with y'all. Love all the trash talk.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Look, before we go, guys, I have to talk about something I saw. This is going to kind of bring the mood down. but it's a message that I think is important. So I've talked about it a couple times on here. I am currently enrolled in Full Sail, going for my sports broadcasting degree. Today, I had to cover the class that I'm in currently is called Diversity in Media. And today, this is going to be hard for me to talk about because we all have girls. So it's going to be a little bit emotional for me. But today I saw a video of two sports anchors, two female sports anchors. They brought in, they being whoever organized the video, they brought in random men and they sat them down in front of these sports anchors. And they had the men read these female sports anchors some of the disgusting tweets that they get to their face. And it was the most vile shit I've ever heard. One said, I hope you're Bill Cosby's next victim. One said that essentially your parents should have died in the Holocaust. You know, all this just this disgusting shit because they're females who are sports anchors and they cover certain teams. That's it. That's the only reason these women are getting hate. So let me tell you like this. I'm a girl dad. Paul is a girl dad. JB is a girl dad. I take it very seriously when somebody disrespects women. I take it very, very seriously when somebody does it and then they try to put it on an entire gender. Like, you do not speak for me. You do not represent men. And I'm here to tell you now, this is my message. I try to be as positive as I can. I try to preach, mental health and reaching out. This is not that. If you are on any of my timelines, period, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and I catch you doing that bullshit, you're done. I'm reporting you. I'm banning you. I'm all of that. I will not tolerate it. This is not okay. It's not okay. You would never say this to a woman's face. So why the fuck is it okay for you to tweet it anonymously? It's these internet gangsters who swear that nothing's going to come of it. I'm so sick of it, man. I'm so tired of people being bullies and not treating people right simply because we're all human beings. Like, we're just trying to live, man. Like, you men as a whole, we have got to do better. We have got to do better for our daughters, period. This shit, I literally had to stop watching the video and go outside and cry. That's how fucked up this video was. And again, I don't want it to sound like I'm on a soapbox or I'm grandstanding or anything, but I want you guys to understand. And I want the women who listen to the show, and I know there are women who listen to the show. I've checked the demographics. I want the women to understand, the women who listen to this show to understand. You are good here. Your opinion matters just as much as mine, just as much as JB, just as much as Paul. Now, that being said, this is the place for equality. If you say something stupid, you will get made fun of. Male, female, purple, brown, black, white. I don't care. This is a place where you will not get attacked because you're a woman. You will not get attacked because you're this or because you're that. The heat check, you're good. You are good with the heat check. So if there are female sportscasters who want to come on, which I'm reaching out to a couple, like Michelle Beadle, I really want to get on here. A couple of different sportscasters. Yo, I love Beadle. She's so funny. And she's a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
Paul's look. That's funny.
Nobody care.
But look, this is the meat of the message is this. If you come in my platform and you're disrespectful and you're talking shit, I'm gonna deal with you. And don't get it twisted. If it's bad enough, you can come see me. I'm not an internet gangster. I'll give you my address. Come see me. If you really want it that bad, please come see me. Look, all I'm asking for the people that listen to this show, If you're a man, you treat the women around you the way you would want your daughter to be treated. Period. That's what I'm asking you. Be an example to your daughter for how men should act, not an example of the most vile, disgusting men in the world. I'm so sick of it, and it makes me nauseous. Be the example you want to set for your daughter. Be the man, be the type of man you want your daughter to look for. Stop being human garbage. I'm sick of it. I'm gonna end my rant there and just say, look, you know the stance on mental health. Reach out to us. We will talk. We will DM me wherever. I will give you my phone number. We can talk. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Paul, you got anything before we head out? I know I ended on a weird rant, but
no, I'm like, it is what it is. It's the facts. I'm like, we all got wives and daughters, and I'm like, I don't play about my family. I don't play about people close to me. I don't do that. So I'm like, I back whatever he says, and if you got a problem, you know where to find us. You can hit us up on anything, and we can have a civil conversation, or we can have a conversation.
Yeah. Our guest, JB, plug your poetry book coming out. You got some music that's out on iTunes. Plug that. Like,
yeah, man. You can hit me up on anything. Alter Thinking, ALTARTHINKING, Alter Thinking, all the platforms. Poetry book, Shots of Brew, dropping in October 1st. Yeah, man. Check me out. You can visit me on Bandcamp, all throughout iTunes. Jay Brewster.
You working on any new music?
Working on some new music. Got some things in the fire. You know, I kind of shifted from doing music to poetry.
Okay.
But like, man, the pen stay writing stuff, man.
Got to. You guys think
battle rap, so
yeah.
Influencing some of the pen.
I feel you. Thank you guys for listening. I love you. We appreciate you listening to us. And look, go on our Twitter @YourHeatCheck. There is a link to our merch store in there. We have merch. We have hoodies. We have dad hats. We have flip-flops. We have flags. We have pillows. We have stickers. Go on our link tree. Go on our Twitter. Hit us up. Email is on there. Everything, all the links are on the Twitter page. So hit us up. Next time, hopefully week 2 will be better. Yeah. I don't think it will, but we'll see. My week 2.
I'm not holding my breath.
My week 2 is done. I'm good. I can relax. We got a dub.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. For next week, we'll see you guys then.
Peace.